1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show.
I can't remember now what her name was. Shirley, that's right, Shirley. And she really wanted to do a parachute jump. So, David was asked, will you do that? We just one last one. And David thought, well, yeah, of course I will. And he went and introduced himself to the lady. So they got ready. Long story short, they got into the aeroplane, which was then taken off. And they were, tied together, as is the case on parachute jumps. Well, all was well. And then they came to the point of jumping out. And he actually explains it in the video about all this, that somehow it was quite painful coming out. Something the way the two parachutes there were packed made it almost like he belly flopped on the water, something like that. But anyway, they came down, but it very quickly it started to spin when he tried to pull open the main chute. It got sort of tangled and it was spinning. And the lady said to him, is this normal? And he said, well, no, it's not normal, but don't worry, I got it, he said. And he knew it was worse than that. So what he was trying to then do would be, he said, I can only thinking to himself, open his reserve chute and hope it doesn't tangle with the main one, because he could then cut away the main one. So that was his what he was planning to do. And anyway, so he released his second one. Of course, all the time they're getting closer to the ground because this tangled chute is not slowing them down very much. Well, the worst happened. They both tangled together. And again, the lady said, is everything going wrong here? And he sort of tried to reassure her, even though he did think, he said in this video, he thought they were both going to die. Anyway, it's quite incredible. As they were nearing the ground, he thought what he would do would be to turn himself. Otherwise, she would have come down first because she was in front of him, to turn himself round, even at speed, and land on his back to try and protect her. Anyway, they landed, and he said, I thought we were both dead. It was a real thump. And then the lady said, can we get up? And he thought, she's alive. He said, so I must be alive. So he wanted to reach to grab the parachute ropes and things, and he suddenly realized he couldn't feel his arm. More to the point, he suddenly realized he couldn't feel anything apart, I think, from his head. He could feel things around his face. Anyway, obviously people came, rescued them. They were both taken to hospital. She'd injured her kidney, I believe. I think she may have lost a kidney, and she had to have 5 operations for her neck. But otherwise, 2 or 3 months later, she was back at work. Now, for David, he was taken to hospital, and sadly, he ended up quadriplegic. He was paralyzed from the neck down. He was given operations to keep him alive because everything was broken, as you can imagine. Everything in his body was broken. Anyway, he actually went home, which had been specially adapted. This was in August, as I said, 1st of August. He finally went home on the 10th of February, and he was given lots of, exercises. People helped him. I mean, they had to lift him everywhere, 24-hour care, because he's completely paralyzed. Anyway, my point in all of this, the video was made by somebody, and he was asked various questions. He said, did you sort of have any pangs that she survived well, Shirley, and you didn't? He said no. And in fact, his voice is a little bit like Stephen Hawking's was, that kind of buzzing voice, which again was a result of the accident, but he could still communicate very well. And he said no. He said, my job was to
1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show. It's hosted by Cuz. He'll introduce the gang who'll make the show go with a bang. With fun.
Job was to bring her safely down, and she visits him. To this day, she still visits him at his home, and she was coming in to see him at his home then. and they sort of she hugs him and so on. And he said, no, he said, for me, it was a win-win that she could go back to work and get on with her life. He said, because I was there, I was determined to save her life. And actually, he's got quite big and obese because, again, that's one of the penalties of being quadriplegic. And he talked about all of these things. But basically, he was asked, are you bitter or are you sad? He said, nope. He said, I did my job. It's a win-win. Shirley is fine. She comes in to see me. And he's got his own family, David, as well, who look after him. He said, my advice to anybody is, he said, keep smiling. He said, keep moving forward. Even if you're going backwards, keep moving forward and learn the lessons. He said, this is a wonderful life. And talk about sobering. And I commend that video. It's not that long on YouTube, David Hartsock. Just to have a look at that accident. He describes it. It's a brilliant piece of filming and very sobering for all of us because, yeah, we all get uptight with life and there are bad things to worry about, to get on top of us and all those things. But it's so heartening and sobering and humbling to think, we all get uptight and think, oh, why has that happened? But then you see someone who's got every right to be embittered, sad for what they've gone through, but he's only grateful. He's full of gratitude, that man. Firstly, for saving Shirley. That's filled him with gratitude, and he lives a life of gratitude. And maybe that's a big secret for all of us when we get down and fed up with things. Just to remember, we breathe the air of this planet. It's an incredible thing of being alive. Not to be morbid, but when you look at, say, you go in a churchyard and see gravestones, you see a birth date and an end date, and there's a little dash in the middle, and that little dash is our lives. And it can, in the span of time, it's a blink of an eye, but it's an incredible gift, blessing that each of us have got this. Just being here, for any one individual, the odds of just being here are 1 in 400 trillion. Our ancestors, hundreds of thousands of them, had to stay there and reproduce and survive for us even to be here. So it's a wonderful gift. And when we see people like David Hartsock, how he so values his existence, then I think there's a lesson in there for everybody. Anyway, so that's probably our time for today, isn't it? I've gone completely off. A lot of other things to do, but we'll be coming back tomorrow. Well, we're coming back tomorrow, aren't we? So
we are. Yeah.
We'll do some more.
Right. Wow, that was a really touching story there. I really enjoyed that, and I will do to look it up and.
Yeah, David Hartsock, HARTSOCK, David Hartsock. Wonderful man.
Right. Okay, so this is all we've got time for on the Alien Spaceship for today. Join us again tomorrow if we're live. When we're live tomorrow for another episode of the Alien Spaceship and the Football Referee. So I've been Emmy Hikins, and he calls me bruv.
And I'm Trevor Gear, and he calls me bruv. I call you cuz.
Oh, and he calls me cuz. Yes, he does call me cuz.
We've only been doing this for about 2.5 years, haven't we?
He does call me cuz. Yeah, so... Wow, I hope you enjoyed the laugh.
You gave us a good laugh today.
About the 1 million breaths.
100 million, I think it was.
100 million, yeah, that's it.
No, it's a good
anyway,
guess.
So
It's
a good guess, yes. A good guess is better than no guess.
True.
Well, it's a goodbye from me.
A goodbye from me.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show. It's hosted by Cuz. He'll introduce the gang who'll make the show go with a bang.